Hello everyone, so we're gonna pick up where we last were in Limsa Lominsa, and we're just gonna finish some of the last little quest here. There is some other side quests that are available right now, but we're gonna just leave those for next time. As you can see, I'm as my thaumaturge right now, so THM thaumaturge. I had a request to play thaumaturge in my next video. Well, I had already recorded 2 videos since I had asked that question, so this is the video as playing through as thaumaturge. And it's still snowing here! Yes. Well, anyway. We'll just go through this stuff. Side quest, street lamp oil. And actually I'm gonna go over that way and finish that quest, because then that way I can just go down and then continue on with the story quest. And, oh, conveniently, also, we're kind of Christmassy colors, at least in the red. Dodazan, there you are, and not a moment too soon. Did you find my ale? Yes, sir. Well, payment, anyway. Money owed Dodazan by the bloody executioners for the delivery of ale. Huh. Well, that's the price I was to receive, but where did you get it? Oh, from the bloody, from the clients themselves? I see. Yes, there's always some blustery young fellow like that. Hasn't earned his swallows or stars yet, I'll wager. Cods, you say? Captain Mounskate is kind to say so, I'm sure, but I hail from Ulda. We trade with anyone. If they got gil to pay, pirates, princes, they're all the same to me. And if I know these particular pirates, and I do, they'll be wanting another cask soon to drink away this little fracas. Many thanks, adventurer. And we get to learn the step dance. Huzzah! And just because they conveniently have a favorites list, and it shows your most recently used emotes. Some of these I know by heart, but none of them I'm really gonna favorite just yet. I have some favorite dances on my main character that I have, but we don't have access to those yet, and it will be quite some time until we do. So now back to lighting up them lamps. And as you can see, there are a lot of people. And that's per usual when it comes down to events. And they have the Christmas wintry event going on right now. And hopefully we will get to that later on in this video. I might not show all of it, just kind of where it starts and how to do it. I will probably have a separate video of actually doing the event, because I think it took me 20 minutes or so on my main account, because I just did this the night before, or last night. You won't know that this was last night because this will be actually uploaded on Saturday probably. But it took at least 20 minutes and a bit longer to actually do part of the event because I didn't know what I was doing and I kind of messed up a lot, and yeah. You'll see what I mean when we get to that. But so I'll probably have it on a separate video because I don't want to take up 20 minutes of a side event that wouldn't be happening regularly when you're playing the game as part of the playthrough, so it'll be a side thing. I might end up being the video that's uploaded on next Wednesday, because that is Boxing Day in Canada, and that's our big sales day, kind of like how Black Friday is the big sales day in the United States. So that's our Boxing Day. So I'm sure there's some Boxing Day type sales in the United States now, I'm not actually sure. But we will be doing... Now where am I going here? That's for the confusing things with the map here. Well, let's go back down and see if it's somewhere around here. As I was saying, with the big Boxing Day, so that's the day after Christmas, so December 26th. And that's when I do some of my Boxing Day shopping, and hopefully I will be getting a better microphone, so you won't have to hear all this static and it'll make editing a significantly easier job, because sometimes, like in the last video that I edited and uploaded, so that was just this week's Wednesday's video, for some reason the audio got, oh, it was right there, the audio got extremely wonky and there was this huge echo, and unfortunately it didn't work the first time I rendered the video, so a 2-hour process of rendering the video turned into a 4-hour process plus extra time to actually edit it and properly fix it, because for whatever reason the editing program didn't save it. I was not happy, because at that point that meant I was up till 4 in the morning to start the upload process, which takes about 6 hours. There's a little behind the scenes look at how long it takes to do this. And that's partly because I'm just running around in a circle. That's partly because the internet I have doesn't have that high of a upload speed, but most people don't, because why would they? Upload speed isn't really what people care about, it's more like the download speed. But we won't get too techie in that sense, because I really don't know what I'm talking about much more than just that. But yeah, so, oops, I hope they're not recording and I just ran in front of their camera, but that was cute either way. Once we're done this quest, I think that's it for this area. And I realized I literally just ran around in a circle. I get lost in Limsa Lominsa a lot, especially in this particular area, because you can kind of tell that they overlap each other, but it's really hard to, at least I find it's really hard to distinguish which is below, which is above, and all that sort of stuff. Oh, I needed to go down here again. Oh boy, I should have known that. It helps if you read this. It clearly says the Fisherman's Guild, and I know exactly where that is. If I'd have read that, then I would have known. Oh, and that one is wearing the outfit for the event, the Christmas event. So anyway, if I had read this, I would have known this is exactly where I was going. You're doing what? What am I to do with that girl? She has the nerve to ask me for work, twaddling tripe about her savings, only to foust it into the first adventure that comes along? Being young and pretty does not give you license to shirk responsibility. Aye, she'll get her oil all right, and a piece of my mind to boot. It's okay. We got to run around in circles. We got our exercise for the day. That's for that quest. We can't do that, so back to the airship landing. And we will, I believe, head to Gridania. Hopefully. And that is actually where the current event quest starts. And quite often that is where most of the event quests start. So obviously if you're just starting the game, you won't have access to that, but most of the events require you at level 15 anyway, and that makes sense because that's when the quests are for the storyline to actually visit the other areas. So I haven't gotten this far into my other class or my other characters that have started in the different city-states. But I would assume that if you start in Gridania, you have to visit Limsa Lominsa and then Ul'dah. Or if you started in Gridania, you would have to visit Limsa Lominsa and Ul'dah, rather than... And obviously, as you could see in this playthrough, that because we started in Ul'dah, it's Limsa Lominsa and then Gridania that we have to visit. So I'm assuming that's how it works, because that just makes sense, because then everything else afterwards, I believe, should be the same storyline in terms of everything. Greetings, madame. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Gridania. A pleasure to serve you again, madame. Are you ready to board the airship to Gridania? Yes, we are. Yay! And gangplank. Board the airship. Nope, we're just gonna hang from over the edge. And obviously here we are in Gridania. And as you can see, there's more class quests, carpenter, archer, there should be conjurer there, then lancer, leatherworker, botanist. So I will probably go through that in this video, and then I will do the subsequent little side mini quests just within this area to get those done so that I can actually start on those other classes. Something that I like about Gridania's airspace is that there's actually platform here, and it's not just within a building. And so you can actually enjoy this area. Unfortunately, you can't hop over there. There are some boundaries, but it's very pretty here. I think I do like Gridania's airspace, airship landing area better than any of the other ones, simply because it's more open. And another thing that I like about this area is that some of the music is very Lord of the Rings-esque, in my opinion. And I like how there's the honor guard there, and we have to talk here first. Ah, you must be the envoy from Ulda. Welcome to Gridania, madame. The Elder Seed Seer awaits your arrival. Serpent Honor Guard. Greetings, good madame. You are the Uldan envoy, are you not? I have received instructions to assist you. Pray make your way into the city proper and identify yourself to the conjurer at Nofika's altar. She will admit you to the lotus stand where the Elder Seed Seer awaits. And since we're here, we might as well pick up that quest, which is actually upstairs. And that's how you get out, I think. Yes. I will often sometimes go through this door and then get hopelessly lost. Well, I guess that's something else I didn't do. I didn't go through to the inn in Limsa Lominsa just to show off how it's different. But we will be back there eventually, so I will probably go through that then. Irel has noticed a rare... And there's another harvest. Another dance. Harvest dance. Irel has noticed a rare bit of excitement within the serene city-state and would share with you what he knows. I make no secret about my disinclination towards Gridanians, as you may know, but I don't even know you. But I just saw a rare sight that I would be remiss not to share with a fellow adventurer. Just over yonder, in the acorn orchard, I saw a comely maiden, new to these benighted parts, I'd wager, dancing with a gaggle of younglings. 'Twas a dance I'd not seen before, and I've seen my fair share. Do they perhaps ready themselves for some fresh rite? After so much doom and gloom, I shouldn't mind a day of merrymaking. Ah, just the thought excites me. Would you see what it's all about? Certainly, I don't know why you can't go by yourself, But I guess we'll do what you could do by yourself for you. Did I finish saying what I was saying about the music before? I don't remember. Or maybe I didn't even start. Well, anyway, some of the music here is similar to Lord of the Rings. And that is something that I like, because I really like the music in Lord of the Rings. And you can see there's a lot of people here. Well, they're mostly doing the event. Idel is looking for an adventurer to deliver a forgotten item. Ah, an adventurer. Precisely what we needed. Not a moment ago, we dispatched our newest recruit, Arthur, to inspect Mikito's amphitheater. Regrettably, the young hero has more spirit than sense, and he charged off without his tools. Suffice it to say, he won't be getting any work done. Would you be so kind as to deliver them to him? Wonderful! Seek out Luhelic in Acorn Orchard between the atrium. He should have Arthur's tools. Okay. In the meantime, I will talk to here, aka the Carpenter's Receptionist. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Carpenter's Guild. We are the artisans who take wood and grant it new form and purpose as the archer's bow and the lancer's spear and the novice's shield. If carpentry holds any appeal, you should consider joining our guild. Might you be interested in learning the ways of woodworking? Yes, ma'am. Sir? What are you? A sir? Wonderful, wonderful. Now, before we proceed, I think it only right that I acquaint you with our guild's storied past, as per usual for every other receptionist. Since the founding of Gridania, we have built our homes and crafted our weapons from the trees of the Twelveswood. As our nation grew and prospered, the woodworkers' repertoire expanded to encompass a greater variety of articles, and carpentry developed into an art. At first, there was no association of carpenters. Each individual worked and sold his services independently. However, the advent of watermills meant that more efficient construction methods were needed, along with formalized maintenance regimes, all of which necessitated organization. The Carpenters Guild was founded to oversee the operations of watermills and promote cooperation between woodworkers. Now, I must mention at this point that we owe much and more of our prosperity to the Great Loom Growery. Thanks to the hard-working botanists, we are blessed with the finest lumber in all of Eorzea. This confluence of ideal circumstances allows us to provide all manner of goods and services to the people of Gridania. My apologies, that was rather longer than I intended. Still, I trust you have gained a greater understanding of our guild. We expect our members to drink deep of the collected wisdom that the guild has amassed over the course of its history, to actively seek an understanding of wood and the techniques required to work it, rather than simply waiting to be taught. We expect, in short, nothing less than a total commitment to the craft. If you wish to start down this path, speak to me once more. I shall explain to you the enrollment process. Would you like to learn more about the enrollment process? Yep. Wonderful! I should mention at this point that the Timbermaster Benton assesses all would-be apprentices personally, so you will need to obtain his approval before you begin. Timbermaster Beaton can be a harsh and unforgiving man, but if you love the craft and have the will to learn, you could ask for no better tutor. He is, quite simply, the finest carpenter in Gridania. Of course, it will take some time and no small amount of effort to comprehend the full extent of his teachings, but you may rest assured that he will not lead you astray. That said, when you meet him, I would advise you to choose your words carefully and resist the urge to run away. Another green adventurer come to play with saws? Well then I suggest you first speak with the... Oh, you've met Korg, have you? That is... well, but know that the decision to initiate you into the guild rests with me. Tell me true, adventurer, have you a mind to devote yourself to the art of carpentry? The look on your face bespeaks determination, or mayhap trapped wind? AKA gas. Still, you look strong enough to hold a saw, and if your resolve is indeed genuine, I give you leave to remain for the time being. However, you are useless to me in your current state. You are a seedling, some potential perhaps, but no more like to thrive than perish. Experience is what you require, girl, and I shall give you the means to acquire it. Take the saw. It is old, yes, but sharp as needs be. Now, prove to me that you're not completely incompetent by taking up your new tool. Once you have done so, present yourself to me for inspection. Okie dokie, sir. And I'm just gonna switch to another class so I don't end up being naked again, because I absolutely hate that, especially when there's other people around. And again, it's not technically naked, it is actually in your small clothes, but it might as well basically be. And that's all that stuff, and oops, I didn't want to close that. Grab that, carpenter, drag that down. Okay, and now we're talking to him. Timbermaster Beaton is testing fledgling carpenters by challenging them to craft maple lumber. Good, you have proven that you know how to grip a saw, but do not mistake it for a mere tool, for it is a part of you, of your arm, and you can put down part of your arm. What? Good, you have proven that you know how to grip a saw, but do not mistake it for a mere tool, for it is a part of you, of your arm. And can you put down part of your arm? No. Mark me then, if you do put it down, and worse, lose the bloody thing, I shall use mine own saw to demonstrate to you the pain of losing a limb. But I jest. One-armed carpenters are scarcely half as useful, pun intended, my own little edit there, in my experience. In any case, merely holding a saw does not make you a carpenter, whatever some might think. You must become one with it, and learn to feel with it as you work with the wood. To wit, you must first know the wood, demonstrate your knowledge by bringing me a length of maple lumber. Maple lumber is made from maple logs, just so. Our man Farrell from the entrance will furnish you with such logs for a nominal price. Of course, any fool knows the fresh-cut logs are laden with water. To guard against decay, we use wind shards to hasten the natural drying process. Do not forget to do the same. Okay, and as I mentioned before, I'm not actually going to buy all of the items. And conveniently, I shouldn't have to, because the botanist will be available, and I will be able to actually obtain all those items for all the other things that I wasn't able to get before. So yay! Uhelic. Dale sent you. Give me a moment. Here, they are still fresh and unused as the day he got 'em. Doubt he's even realized he left the bloody things behind. First day and he forgets his tool. Daft saw need to kick up the... And we'll talk to you first. Edith, a day of merrymaking? Is that all you adventurers think about? I'm here to teach, my dear lady. From me, these younglings are to learn a most sacred, meaningful, and uniquely uplifting dance. Now, I realize full well that a tradition may not hold much allure for the young, but I didn't think they would up and run away. This manner of disobedience is unprecedented. It's all the more surprising considering they obey the timbermaster without demur. What I wouldn't give to know his secrets, but I must wait here for my unruly charges. I wonder, though, might you ask the man how he tamed them? And we'll talk to you. Nicola needs the assistance of a kind adventurer. I know all about adventurers. You'll do anything for a reward, won't you? Well then, I want you to make Annually laugh. She's no good with strangers, so first you should introduce yourself politely with a bow. Okay. Bow. Hi. Yeah, don't mind me, the big creeper. I forgot to change into my thaumaturge again. That seemed to work, but she still seems sad. Try sharing the joy in your heart with her. That'll prove how nice you are. Okay. Joy. You're odd. I don't know which was more odd, that little dance thing, or me actually doing these quests. I think she's starting to like you. Good. Now that you've broken the ice, I bet that if you surprise her and just start dancing, she'll laugh her head off. Oops. Helps if you type properly. Giggle. Ha 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 ha! You're a really good dancer, miss. That looks like fun. Maybe I should try it sometime. Thank you. You're pretty good at this. Anya Illy lost her father 5 years ago during all the fighting. She hasn't laughed much since then. So I wanted to... I mean, we're all worried, but a lot of younglings have been following me around lately and... you wouldn't understand. Anyway, thanks for the help. Oh, but I do, young kitty. But I do. Oh. Right. I think that was in there. Did I miss the person? Or was that around the corner? It's hard to tell when it's inside the Carpenter's Guild. Oh. Why am I talking to the Guildmaster? Oh, right. How to tame the kids. Another green adventure come to play with saws? Nope, nope, nope. Apparently not. Speak your mind, child. So the younglings will not heed their dancing master, and I am to provide the solution? Master Yedith seems able enough, but having no generosity towards herself, she has none for her charges. Give the younglings these on her behalf, and bid them return to their lessons. Oh, I see. He's basically saying that she never compliments on them, perhaps. Positive reinforcement rather than negative reinforcement. And before, wait. Yes, we'll go that way first. Grab the etherite. Or not the etherite, the thingy. Actually, first we'll talk to you. Hello, Chocobo Porter, blah blah blah, blah blah. Nothing. No. Okay, and we'll pick up the archer quests and the quest that's over there, and then we'll head over into New Gridania. So, we're heading this way. And we'll attune to the Ethernet shard. That's what I was trying to spit out before. And then we'll go in here, pick up the archer. Look at the teeny tiny snowman. And there's 2 of them. Yes, I get sidetracked. It's like the dog from Up. Squirrel! Phoebus of the Archers Guild wishes you to deliver a sealed message to the markets. Hail, adventurer! Might you have a moment? I am in need of a trustworthy soul to deliver a missive to Parnell. You can find her in the Shadowed Boar in the midst of the markets. Why would I not simply go and speak with her myself? Well, as I'm sure you have observed, the Gridanias have a tendency to be rather... I mean, in person, they can be, well, a little on the prickly side. The matter is not urgent. Simply hand over the missive to the next time you find yourself in the markets. Please, as a favor from one adventurer to another. So, I will be the courageous adventurer and do this for you. Yahoo! Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Archers Guild. It is here that archers that... Hi, ay, ay. It is here that archers, the realm what? Oh, it is here that archers, the realm over gathered to... Okay. This is not me. This is totally a messed up sentence. It should be, it is here that archers over the... Okay, let's try this. It is here that archers the realm over gather to master the bow. Is it supposed to be, it is here that archers all over the realm gather to master the bow? Can someone decipher this first sentence for me? Because seriously, what in the world does that say? Is it just me not reading it properly? It is here that archers the realm over gather to master the bow. Yeah. Moving on. We engage the enemy from a distance, ever seeking to alter the course of battle with a single well-placed arrow. And on that note, if someone knows how to report a typo or spelling error, in this case I think it's a grammatical translation error, because this game is originally in Japanese, not in English, I think that's a problem. And the translation and the gerbled sentence, because that just doesn't make any sense, and otherwise someone explain it. Yeah, but sometimes that happens. If you have a mind to become an archer, then you have come to the right place. Do you wish to join our ranks? Yepers. Marvelous, then allow me to enlighten you on the history of both our art and the guild. Yay, because I wanted more history! The bow is an ancient tool that has existed since before our fair nation came into being. As an implement of war and hunting both, it protects us from our enemies, even as it keeps us fed and clothed. Archery, as practiced in Gridania, was born of two distinct styles of bowmanship. The first was devised by the longbow sentries of the Elizin, who once ruled the lowlands, while the second belonged to the shortbow hunters of the formerly nomadic Mikote. As you will doubtless be aware, both races ultimately come to call the Twelves Wood home. Though the two peoples began as rivals, they gradually learned to live together in harmony. During this time, they learned from one another. Their two schools of archery intermingled to give birth to this art as it is known today. But this wouldn't have been possible were it not for the Trappers' League. The guild was established in order to promote sustainable hunting and cooperation within the hunting fraternity at large. As a happy consequence of this union, the guild's members came to engage in friendly contests of skill. Inspired by such competitions, a handful of their number began to focus on perfection as opposed to mere practicality, transforming a skill into what may be termed an art. These individuals would go on to form a guild of their own. The Archers' Guild, where men and women gather to attain mastery over the bow. More than a few members of the gods' quiver loosed their first arrow within these very halls. And that, my friend, is a brief history of the archery in Gridania. Doubtless you are more eager than ever to take up the bow. Super duper. It would be my pleasure to recommend you to our guildmaster. You must receive her permission if you are to join us. And for some reason I always thought that was a dude. It's hard to tell sometimes when you're always zoomed out. Oh dear. Okay. If you would excuse me a moment, I shall see to it that the relevant lists are amended. Pray speak to me again in a short while. I was so... Oh, I'm thinking of the, Lancer Guildmaster, I think. It's been a while since I've done anything archer related. Oops. Auto run. Turn off auto run. No, turn it off. Turn it off. There we go. So, are you resolved to join the Archers Guild? Yes, ma'am. The look in your eye bespeaks your determination. It would be my pleasure to refer you to Guildmaster Lucien. Lest you worry unduly, Lucien is an affable and kind-hearted woman. Even those not of the guild have been known to see... Even those not of the guild have been known to seek her counsel on various matters, and ever have they been given fair hearing. Lucian waits you in the training area yonder. Present yourself before her and impress upon her your desire to join the guild. I like how they have a nice little archery setup here. Although it's literally very small. Anyway. Greetings, adventurer. I'm told you wish to join our ranks. I'm Lucian, the master of the Archers Guild, and I bid you welcome. Our doors are open to all who have the will to learn it. Allow me to explain the basics of our art and offer you a foretaste of that which we teach the members of our guild. The bow's greatest advantage is its range. Unlike those arms used in other disciplines of war, it allows one to strike at the enemy from afar. Though the bow may not boast the destructive force of a sword or a spear, its myriad strategic applications more than compensate for this shortcoming. An experienced archer can immobilize an enemy by striking a leg or sap its strength with a poisoned arrow. Rise to become a virtuoso of archery, and veritable deluge of death will be yours to rain upon your foes. By fighting from a distance, we can better assess the battlefield and thereby determine the most advantageous course of action. This is of paramount import, as our role in battle is to exploit the enemy's weakness with the requisite placement and timing, but a single arrow may serve to turn the tide. To this end, the guild seeks to instill a discerning eye within its members, that they might learn to strike at vulnerabilities swiftly and surely. Now, any half-wit can bend the bow, but it is no simple undertaking to become a skilled archer. You must be prepared for a long and arduous journey. Are you resolved to complete that journey? Yep. This is well. From this moment forth, you may consider yourself one of our number. Now lend me your hunting log if you would. I shall add to it the names of such creatures as would provide a fitting challenge to an archer. And to help you on your way, I bestow upon you this short bow. Yay! Arm yourself with your new weapon and then speak to me again. I would have you undertake a trial to gauge your fitness to join the guild. Yay! Archer unlocked. Clicky. Equippy. And plus sign archer to there. I'm gonna hide the helm because it just looks ridiculous with the rest of the stuff that I have equipped. And talking to the guildmaster. Lucien wishes to gauge your aptitude for archery. Ah, yes, the boy becomes you, Celebrian. Now, before proceeding any further, I must needs gauge your innate aptitude for archery. To this end, I hereby assign you the following trial. Slay the squirrels, ladybugs, and fungiars that roam just beyond the city gates. 3 of each should suffice. In doing so, you will prove your fitness to join the Archers Guild. It goes without saying that you must do so using your bow. Report back to me when the task is accomplished. Go now, Celebrian, and earn your place within these halls. And I won't do that just yet, but there'll be other stuff too. Whoopsies. As I run into things. I do actually kind of like how that looks. It looks pretty cool. But we'll switch back to that's the Arcanist. Or Arcanist, sorry. Armitage. And we're gonna go this way. And I think this is the side that has the bulk of the Ethernet shardy thingies, the mini ones, whatever they're called. Ethernet shard, I think that's what it is. Mostly because this is a much bigger area, as you can see, and the other one has the actual Ethernet thing. So, okay, we'll talk to the retainer Vocat. Greetings, madame. Might you be looking to serve the secure services of a retainer? A message entrusted to you at the Archers Guild by an adventurer calling herself Mibahas. What's this? A missive from Fimbus, you say? Whatever could it be about? Let me see now. She wants to know about the available stock of potions at the markets? Hardly a matter that warrants a letter, much less the hiring of a courier. Why could she not ask these questions in person? I sense that adventurers from beyond our borders find Gridanians somewhat difficult to deal with. Are we truly so devoid of warmth? If we must mistrust outsiders, it is only because so many of them have brought chaos to the Twelveswood, and such sins as theirs are not soon forgotten. Yet, I suppose we might endeavor to be a little less cold. Kinda introduces you that to greetings. I take it you have come to see me about a retainer. Retainers are hard-working lads and lasses who will help you to manage those spoils earned while off slaying dragons or whatever it is you adventurers do. Unfortunately, you do not appear you could even slay an aft, let alone a dragon. Therefore, I must decline any petition you may have to take a retainer into your employ. Build yourself a reputation in the city, however, and I shall provide you with whatever it is you need. Might I suggest you start by heading back to the Adventurers Guild and seeing if someone there has work for you? I'm guessing we can't get a retainer until we, at least here, until we've done some of this, like, story quests in this area. We might actually be able to get one from Ulda, but we'll get to that some other time. The master of the markets, Parsemontre, is willing to permit an adventurer to assist him in fulfilling an order from the Lancers Guild. Lost, are we? Unsure to how to navigate the Rosewood and Ebony stalls? Very well, if you wish to know more of the markets, I shall give you a practical education, free of charge. As a master of the markets, I entertain many requests. This order from the whalers, for example, but I delegate their fulfillment to my hirelings that I might attend to such tasks as I alone am capable of performing. For your personal betterment, I shall delegate the fulfillment of this particular request to you. I bid you search the stalls for a bone spearhead, a pot of beeswax oil, and a long of brambleweed rope, and deliver them to Kanguld at the Lancers Guild. There is much and more to be found in these stalls if you have the dedication to seek it and the coin to procure it. However, as many representative, you need only offer my name as payment. None will deny me. In fact, many will be all too eager to part with their wares, so numerous are the debts I am owed. A fine proposition, is it not? I am spared a simple task, and you gain priceless mercantile experience. Why, I should rightly charge you for such an opportunity. But worry not. I am a man of my word, and the terms will stand. Deliver the goods to Sidequests, and she may even see fit to reward you. Okie dokie, sir. So, we will talk to Alaric. Yeah, got discerning eyes, miss. The craftsmanship truly ain't something, ain't it? Perfect for securing any manner of... Parsemontre? Gah! If I never hear that bloody name again, it'll be too soon. Ah, and there I was thinking I might make a guild today. Here, take the darn brambleweed rope on, bugger off. Okay. We need to talk to this one. Admiranda. Welcome! Welcome! At the behest of good master Parsemontre, you say? To what do we owe the pleasure of your company today, milady? May I take this opportunity to say that it is an honor and a privilege to serve you. Ah, but you must have your beeswax oil without delay. Yes, yes, feel free to take as much as you require. And you will of course inform Master Parchemontre that I was only too happy to accommodate his needs, yes? Certainly, as I butcher his name. Sorry, lass, we ain't open yet. Oh, one of Parchemontre's, eh? Well, and what was it you said you wanted? A bone spearhead? Here she is. Take it and tell the jerk we're square. And we'll just head over this way. Boing. And so I don't forget, I'm going to attune to this. And then we'll talk to Jude. What business have you with me, adventurer? You come upon the bidding of Master Parchemontre? Yes, we have a bone spearhead, the bone of some large mammal whittled down to a sharp point. And we have beeswax oil, 1 part softened beeswax mixed with 2 parts olive oil, used to treat leather. And we have brambleweed rope, a thick, sturdy rope twisted from common brambleweed. Here you go. So soon? I am impressed. I placed my own order only a short time ago, yet here are all the items I requested. Truly, Master Parchemontre is every bit as resourceful as they say. You are fortunate to work under such a man. You would do well to mold yourself in his image if you have any aspirations as a merchant. I will take your word for it, lady. Voisin of the Lancers Guild wants a fledgling adventurer to deal with a squirrel problem. Okay, since we have to kill squirrels anyway. Ah, fresh-faced adventurer, the very manner of person I had wished to meet. The Lancers Guild is looking for someone to track down and exterminate half a dozen squirrels. The infernal pests have been squeezing in under our floorboards every eve for the past several moons, and gnawing away at the support pillars. They have yet to inflict any serious structural damage, thank the builder, but I hesitate to bring such a trifling matter before the wood whalers or the gods' quiver, hence my delight at your timely arrival. Why, an adventurer who could not dispatch such woodland nuisances is not worthy of the name, but here in Gridania, not here in Gridania at any rate. And you know what becomes of incapable adventurers, but perhaps it is best you do not know. The squirrels of which I spoke can be found in the central shroud. Return to me once you have disposed of them, assuming the task is not beyond you. For your sake, I certainly hope it is not. And we'll talk to the guild receptionist. Welcome to the Lancers Guild, adventurer. If you seek to refine your skills with the polearm, then you have come to the right place. Here at the Lancers Guild, spear wielders gather to train with one another, and further hone their abilities under the tutelage of our fine instructors. Do you seek membership with us? Yep. Very well, I shall provide you with an insight into the history of our guild. More than just an instrument of war, the spear is also a tool for hunting, and with game ever plentiful in the Twelveswood, the weapon has been the mainstay of the locals here since before the founding of Gridania. With the passing of time, our nation became a gathering place for spear masters from across the realm, many eager to test their mettle against the famed might of our wood whalers. And it was here in Gridania that the myriad fighting styles came into contact, eventually giving rise to the art taught here today. That spear technique would be formalized at all owed much to the founding of Lancers Guild by wood whaler Captain Mistale high on a century past. As I drag the chat down. The tradition of accepting students from without as well... Wait. The The tradition of accepting students from without as well as within Gridania's borders persists to this day, ensuring that the art of the polearm may not only survive but also continue to evolve. Well, there you have it. I hope this brief history of the guild has helped settle any doubts in your mind. The Lancers Guild is always eager to welcome new initiates. If you've a will to enlist, speak with me again and we can begin the enrollment procedures. Well then, have you made up your mind to enlist in the Lancers Guild? Yep. Excellent! I shall let Guildmaster Gawain know to expect you. All who seek admittance to our ranks must present themselves before him. He will judge if you are fit to become one of us. Pray make your way to the training area within. Our Guildmaster awaits you there. Yeah, this is who I was thinking of when I said I thought she was a dude with the archer. I was actually thinking of this guy. Well met, adventurer. I understand you wish to learn the Lancer's art under our roof. I see you have some combat experience, yet it remains to be seen if such skills as you have acquired will avail you here. But no matter, in my capacity as Guildmaster I shall guide your training, beginning with the very basics, the principle of our art. There exists myriad fighting styles, each of which has its own unique qualities. None, however, can claim to be as offensively minded as ours. Our approach is ever one of attack, no matter who or what we face. An experienced lancer is able to wield a polearm as if it were an extension of his body. He transforms into a raging storm before his foes, delivering a barrage of devastating thrusts and slashes. To facilitate such a relentless assault, we lancers forgo plate, favoring armor of leather and chain, such materials as provides adequate protection without unduly hindering movement. A lancer's worth may be measured quite simply in how swiftly and decisively he can pierce his enemy's defenses. By its nature, the polearm is a simple weapon to wield, for good or ill. Even in a farmer's hands, it is capable of wreaking considerable havoc. Thus has it been a mainstay of every great army since ancient times. Yet know that a lance alone does not a lancer make. Faced with unfavorable odds, an unseasoned spearman will break formation and flee without a moment's hesitation. A true lancer, however, flinches not before his enemies, for he knows not the meaning of fear. Ever does he press forward, disdainful of the odds, that he might pierce the enemy line and open a path to victory. Needless to say, doing so requires no small amount of courage, and that is why our guild has striven from the first to instill this essential quality in every soul who passes through our halls. Arduous trials await you should you join our ranks. Knowing this, have you resolved to wield the lance? Yep. Well said, adventurer. I see no reason to deny you a place within our ranks. But I neglect to introduce myself. I am Wayne, master of this guild. Pleasantries duly exchanged, I shall add to your hunting log the names of the creatures against which a lancer might hone his skills. In celebration of the occasion, I hereby present you with your very own spear. Arm yourself with it and speak to me once more. I would have you undertake your first task, a trial to be precise. And we will equip that. Equip. And this Lancer. Hide that again, because once again, looks ridiculous. Wayne wishes to assign you your first trial as a member of the Lancer Guild. So you were able to discern one end of the spear from the other? Good, yes. I don't hold the pointy end. You are doubtless eager to put your new weapon to the test, which is well for to have a test in mind, or rather a trial. In order to develop an affinity with your weapon and learn to gauge such things as distance, you are to go forth and pit yourself against creatures that roam just outside the city. The squirrels, ladybugs, and fungaris should provide you with a suitable challenge. Put down, let us say, 3 of each, and then report back to me. Okay. we'll switch back to... Nope, let's not run into wall. Thaumaturge. And we'll run this way. Even though there's nothing here, but I'll give you a little bit of a tour, so to speak. So we have nice scenery, some nice water flow, some snowman. Nothing of import over that way, as of yet. Random person. And then you have this area. Later on you'll have your summoner quests by Ymhitra. I won't say much more of that. But here, Jonathas, whom you speak to, will give you rewards and stuff for some of your achievements. So you've accomplished enough feats to keep the bard singing for a lifetime, lass. Such an achievement shouldn't go unrecognized. And to that end, I'd like you to have this. Consider it a token of my highest esteem. You accrued achievement points have earned you an achievement certificate. Certificates may be exchanged for a special reward of your choice by speaking with Jonathas. And they, so you have these things: Goblin Cap, Fat Chocobo Head. So an example, the Chocobo Head. It's quite amusing. Eventually you have other stuff too that you can actually use with that. But you have... So as you can see, you have the Cascadier uniform vouchers, but you can also get these here. There's no reason to, because this is enough for the upper body, lower body. Then you have your various minions. Then you have some mounts. So here's a... This is a mount. This is a mount. This is a mount. This is barding for your chocobo that you eventually get. You can change the appearance, and then this is some a wall-mounted picture, and I'll get to who these characters are in the picture later on once we get to some of those quests. And so there's all these different things, and you can view the categories. There's not a whole lot. So you see up here at the top, it shows you how many tokens you have right now. Right now it's just 2, so I'm not going to bother getting anything. And then there's also accept achievement reward. And then conveniently they have it all separated into the different categories, so if you actually open up your achievements, it's kind of consistent with these various things here. And well, it does. I don't know that it actually shows you if there's anything new, like have some sort of identification to say that there's something new in one of these categories. That's one thing I wish they did have, but they do have these categories, so it's a lot easier to figure out what you have, if you have anything, and to re-get things if you happen to accidentally remove it or something like that. And as you can see, we basically don't have anything, and if I missed one, not a big deal, because I don't expect to actually have anything. So now we will run this way. There's a little path there that goes back to this way, but we won't go that way, because we have to circle back anyway. And so I will start over this way, grab those quests, and grab the botany quest. So we'll just work our way... Actually, we'll talk to her first. Samian... A botanist named Samian is hoping that an adventurer will pick up scattered rose hips for her. Stop right there! Not another step! I apologize if I have startled you, but please be careful. The ground here is covered in rose hips, you see. My seed pouch had grown so threadbare that it finally split open. Unbeknown to myself, I've been scattering azemia rose hips all along this road. Oh, good madame, if you would help me gather them, I'd be ever so grateful. Thank you. Your kindness is truly a blessing from the elements. The rose hips should be lying on the road between here and Great Loom Grovery. Remember to tread lightly, lest you crush them underfoot. And that's precisely why I accepted it, because I knew it was going to be an interaction of picking up things, and we need to head this way anyway. And then we'll be heading back through there to turn in the quest. So, be more efficient. Sometimes. Helps that I knew that it was a quest, and ideally you would probably have stopped at that person anyway, either in or from that area. So... there. And as you can see, that's done. We're gonna take a shortcut and hop down. Let's review. The snowman with the present on his head. There, you can see that better. That's rather amusing. Anyhow, yes, Ethelred. A botanist named Ethelred needs an adventurer to make a delivery on his behalf. Darn it, another adventurer? You're like flies on muck. Whatever Gridania did to deserve such a plague, I don't know. Well, sorry. I suppose times are changing and they keep telling me I should, and perhaps you might be... oh, help me. Just take this as Emia Rose to Waldo of Stillglade Van, will you? Well, what are you still standing there for? Go and deliver the bloody rose. Not sure I want to help him anymore. What a mean jerk. It's a snowman in a tree. And it's a snowman with a star on his head. Right. You're just gonna sit there for a half bell. Okay. Oh no, that's cute. I like how they're positioned in various places, so there's really good opportunities for various screenshots and stuff. And that's so cute with the little mitts. And the toque and the hat and the skirt. Scarf, toque, hat, you know. I don't think I need to go this way. I need to go this way. And we'll talk to the botanist, receptionist, etc. Which is over here. Right in here. Hello there, and welcome to the Botanist's Guild. What brings you here today? Interest in becoming a botanist, are you? Then you've come to the right place. At our guild you can study under some of the finest botanists in all the realm. An enticing proposition, is it not? So what say you? Would you like to add your name to our roll? Yep. Excellent! Now you're doubtless eager to dive headlong into the nearest shrubbery, but first a brief explanation on the origins of the Botanist's Guild. Our guild boasts a long history. Its roots can be traced back some 500 years, to when our nation was still in its infancy. It was around this time that a precursor organization to our own was established to facilitate communion with the elementals. But I suspect you're already confused. Not being forest-born, let me put it in a way that your kind would understand. The 12's which doesn't belong to man, but almighty beings known as elementals. It is by their leave that we Gridanians dwell here in the forest, and it is by their leave that we receive of its bounty. Ever since mankind settled in the 12's wood, it has been necessary for us to obtain the elementals' permission prior to taking aught from their domain. Historically, this was a rather involved process, in that only a precise few could actually commune with them, specifically those conjurers blessed with the ability to hear the elementals, aptly known as hearers. In order to relay the elementals' will to the botanists in a more timely manner, a new organization was formed with a hearer as its mouth and ears. This organization would eventually evolve to become the Botanist's Guild. To this day, the guild employs the services of a hearer who offers guidance to our members, yet this is no longer our organization's sole concern. We also seek to promulgate correct harvesting practices, that is, practices which honor the will of the elementals, and that, my friend, is the story of how our guild came to be. I trust you have a newfound appreciation for the work we do. Now, with all that this talk of elementals and communing, mayhap you're wondering whether you're fit to join us. While you may cast such doubts aside, you don't need to have been raised as a good little forest-born girl to be a botanist, nor do you need to know the secret forest-born salute. I jest. You just need a healthy respect for nature and the will to learn. If you honestly believe you possess these things, it would be my pleasure to recommend you to our guildmaster. Please wait a moment while I see to the formalities. Speak to me again when you are ready to begin the enrollment process, or procedures. Ready to enroll in the Botanist's Guild, I take it? Yep. Music to my ears. It will be my pleasure to refer you to Guildmaster Fufu Cha. Our Guildmaster's knowledge of nature is second to none. One need only witness her uncanny knack for spotting the finest timber to see that hers is a truly God's given talent. It is for this reason that she holds the title of First Botanist. Oh, but you need not be overawed, for she is the kindliest of souls. You will find the Guildmaster just outside this building. Seek her out and impress upon her your desire to become a botanist. Hello. Fufu-cha. I am Fufu-cha, the master of this guild. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I take it Leon Salut has given you an overview of botany already. Well then, I suppose I had better continue where he left off. All Gridanians may rightly claim to share a close relationship with nature, but none is so intimate as that of a botanist. It is our calling to nurture the natural environment to the mutual benefit of man and wood. But even as nature holds us in her loving embrace, providing for our every need, she is at heart an unsentimental creature, one that will take life just as readily as she gives it. Being a botanist means coming face to face with this uncomfortable truth on a regular basis. Knowing this, do you still wish to walk her path? Yep. The look in your eye bespeaks the passion in your heart. Very well. I bid you welcome to the Botanist's Guild. To help you on your way, I present you with this hatchet. Take it up and then present yourself to me again. I would assign you your first task as a botanist of the guild. And equip. And of course it had to be something like that. I'm equipping those because that just looks stupid. That. And drink. And okay. Fufu-cha wishes to assign you your first task as a botanist. I see you have your hatchet on you. Very good. A botanist's hatchet is his livelihood. Never forget this. If you fail to keep its blade clean and keen, your efforts will yield you naught but sweat and splinters. But let us see about your first task. Ah yes, to help you grasp the basics of botany, I would like you to gather 10 pots worth of latex. The forest yields to us many and more resources. It is the botanist's job to know what can be found and where. If it is latex you require, you will do well to search just outside the Blue Badger Gate or the Yellow Serpent Gate. Seek out the mature trees that stand in those areas and then put your hatchet to use. I wish you well. And I just go through how that works, but I will actually demonstrate that. Or if you're fast enough, you can pause through that. Okay, and we will change to thaumaturge and turn this quest in. Good madame, pray tell me that you have recovered all those rose hips and abandoned not one to a traveler's boot. Yep. The bitter fruit of an azemia rose. Blessings be upon you. I feared this path would be lined with roses next year. Not that such a wondrous sight would be wholly objectionable, but azemia roses are ill-suited to this location. As a botanist, it's my responsibility to see Gridania's plants grow and thrive in the most ideal conditions. A place for every seed, and every seed in its place, you might say. 'Twas most gracious of you to aid me in my time of need. I pray the elementals extend you the same kindness. Now to go this way. I see. Oh, there's a... We'll talk to this gleeful girl. But I don't want to be a dancer. Why can't we just play? I mean, I guess we could dance for fun, but I don't think Mistress Yudith knows how. She's so uptight. A wooden toy lovingly crafted by Timber Master Beaton. Is this one of Master Beaton's toys? Does that mean there's more if I go back to class? I'm on my way. I never noticed this before, but there's stars in the water here. That's probably for the event, but I'm just kind of amused that there's stars here. Let's just follow those for a minute. Follow the the Yellow Star River? Anyway. Up. Oops, I hope I can get back up here. There we go. And we'll talk to this lady, Melaine. The conjurer Melaine seeks an assistant for her frantically busy student. You there, you're an adventurer, yes? Good. I have a task for you. Take yourself over to the Conjurers Guild and speak with my student Brea. She has her hands full preparing for the auguries and would likely welcome your assistance. In her excitement at becoming a conjurer, I fear my young disciple is pushing herself beyond the limits of her endurance. Enthusiasm is all well and good, but it would not do to have an initiate collapse from exhaustion. Okie dokie. And we'll go over this way, pick up the conjurers, and then we'll work our way over into this middle section. So first we'll talk to the bubbly boy who's not sure what he's doing. I ran off because it's boring. All Mistress Yidith says is how we're doing it wrong. Hey, this is one of Master Beaton's. If this is supposed to be a bribe, then you've got yourself a deal, adventuring lady. Mine snicker giggle. Inside joke there. Will do. Welcome, adventurer, to the Conjurers Guild. Here we commune with the elementals and heed their guidance. Yet I must confess, the elements did not whisper of your coming. A single red azemia rose entrusted you to you by Ethelred. We did indeed request an azemia rose from Ethelred, but that you should bring it to us in his stead means that something wonderful has happened. Ethelred has long held a grudge against the many adventurers who have passed through Gridania's gates. His beloved flowers are renowned for their beauty, you see, and were once so highly coveted by Uldon collectors that were picked nigh to extinction by fortune-seeking foreigners. Yet if it is peace we desire, we must all learn to look beyond mistrust born of the past and overcome our prejudices. So has the elder seed seer taught us, and so do we live. I doubt it was easy for Ethelred to entrust this azemia rose to you. When he hears we have received it, he will come to know that not all outsiders are deserving of scorn. Truly it was by the will of the elementals that you came to us this day. Please accept this as a token of our gratitude. And we're just gonna go in here and do that, or talk to that student, get the conjurer's thing, and then that right there is for the main story quest. Or main scenario quest. Brea. Yes, I'm Brea, but I am also awfully Oh, you say Lady Melaine asked you to assist me? In that case, I suppose you might lend a hand, especially as mine appear to be shaking, though only very slightly. Not that it's anything to worry about, mere nervous energy. Ahem. I would be exceedingly grateful if you would take this azemia rose oil and refill the censers. There are two that require attention. Please have care not to disturb the conjurers amid their meditations. You must be as quiet and unobtrusive as possible. And by that, I want to go boing, boing all over the place. Anyway, apparently she has a quest too. Brea is busy with preparations for the coming ceremony and needs an adventurer to bring her scarlet oil. Might you perchance be comfortable around Valken? If so, I have an urgent need of your assistance. You see, I was preparing for the forthcoming auguries when I found, to my great embarrassment, that we lack the requisite quantity of scarlet oil. If it is not too much to ask, I would be most grateful if you could resupply us some time for this ceremony. Scarlet oil can be harvested from ladybugs such as those found near the bannock. 6 of the vialkin should yield the necessary amount. Pray return to me as soon as you have it. And a censer? use. And the other one should be over here. And we'll talk to her and turn that inquest in, and then talk to the guild receptionist. My thanks. I must admit to being rather impressed by how faithfully you followed my instructions. I'd always considered adventurers to be uncouth and rowdy lot, but I see you are capable of courtesy as well. Lady Mullane has a fine eye for character. You should feel honored that she chose you for the task. And we'll go for potions, because I need more of them. Okay, well met, adventurer. You are come to the Stillglade Fane, home of the Conjurers Guild. We conjurers harness the powers of earth, wind, and water that abound in nature and thereby weave spells of healing and protection. Ever do we seek noble souls to initiate into our mysteries. Might you be such a soul, come to join the guild? Yep. Then allow me to provide you with an overview of what it is to be a conjurer. Conjury is the art of healing and purification. Its practitioners harness the power of nature that they might bring about change in the form of spells. Primitive magic such as that once wrought by individuals known as mages, meaning those with the ability to manipulate aether, has existed since the dawn of time. It was not until some 5 centuries ago that conjury emerged from this shapeless agglomeration of spells and charms, an event which led to the founding of Gridania. In those dark days, the elementals would not suffer man's presence in the Twelves Wood, forcing our forebears to make their homes beneath the earth, in the great subterranean city of Gilmora. But their desire to settle in the Twelves Wood continued to burn fiercely. Time and again they sought to curry the elementals' favor. Unlike men and other creatures bound in temples of flesh, the elementals are beings of pure aether. Recognizing this, the mages of Eld reasoned that their talent for etheric manipulation might allow them to commune with these theretofore enigmatic entities. It took 5 long decades, but our forebears finally succeeded. The reward? The elementals' permission to dwell in the Twelves Wood. So it was that the nation of Gridania was born. Since that time, the elementals have taught us to live as one with nature, speaking to all Gridanians through the hearers, those mages who were able to commune with them. And for their intimacy with the elementals, the hearers would go on to attain greater mastery over the forces of nature. Thus did they conceive the art of conjury. And that, my most attentive listener, is a brief history of conjury. If you have a mind to walk our path, I wholeheartedly recommend you to join our guild. It would be my pleasure to explain the initiation process to you. Pray speak with me again when you are ready. Is your mind made up? Are you ready to join the Conjurers Guild? Yep. That is well. I shall introduce you to our guild master, Brother E. Sumayan. Brother E. Sumayan presides over the Conjurers Guild even as he serves the nation as a hearer. You will find him in the meditation area within. Go to him and make known your desire to join the guild. Greetings, adventurer. I'm told you wish to become a conjurer of Stillglade Fan. I'm Brother E. Sumayan, master of this guild. Before you are formally accepted into our ranks, I would impart to you the principles of conjury. Pray attend me well. Conjury is an arcane art that takes life and the living for its domain. Its primary purpose is the salving of hurts and the granting of protection. Adventurers such as yourself oft stand upon the front lines of battle. Owing to this, you are like to find yourself in many situations wherein a capacity for healing would be advantageous. Mind you, there is more to conjury than that. By harnessing the power of earth, wind, and water, conjurers are also capable of weaving spells that wreak havoc. In terms of sheer destructive power, conjury may pale in comparison to thaumaturgy, which is ironic because that's who I'm equipped as right now. But its capacity to defend one against aggression more than compensates for this relative shortcoming. In mastery, healing, and purification, not only will you be able to mend wounds and purge afflictions, you will also be able to breathe life back into the fallen. More than simply healers, yet not true dealers of destruction, conjurers realize their full potential when they employ their powers in support of others. This, my dear adventurer, is what it means to be one of us. Mayhap that was too much to grasp upon a single hearing, but worry not, for the meaning of my words will become clear to you in due time. You will come to understand that conjuring is not the sole province of the conjurer. Should you wish to walk our path, I must needs ask that you solemnly vow to embrace nature, to heed the will of the elementals and the 12 wood alike. Can you make this vow? Yep. I knew your answer ere your lips had parted, yet am no less pleased to hear it. By the power vested in me, I hereby name you a member of the Conjurers Guild. If you would be so kind as to lend me your hunting log, I shall add it to the names of such creatures as would pose a suitable challenge to a conjurer. And to mark this momentous occasion, I present to you this cane. Though it may be old and weathered, it will serve you well as you take your first steps upon the path of the conjurer. Take your cane, Celebrian, and present yourself to me once more. I would assign you your first task as a conjurer of Stillglade fame. Hooray! And I'll just switch to the Lancer there so that I can easily swap this without having to change too much. And that. And that is closed, and we'll talk to the Brother Isumayon wishes to assign you your first task as a conjurer of Stillglade fame. The part of conjurer becomes you, Celebrian. Without further ado, I shall assign you your first task as a conjurer of Stillglade fame. Just beyond the city gates, you will encounter squirrels, ladybugs, and funguars. I would have you slay 3 of each. Lest you wonder how I can so coolly order of the taking of life, know that these things are not as they once were, as a consequence of the calamity, and I may add, through no fault of their own, these creatures have become a burden to the 12's wood. A burden it cannot well bear. As a conjurer, it is your duty to carry out all the will of the forest, and by employing your powers in so doing, you will come to learn something at your art. Go now, Celebrian, and perform your first task in the name of the elementals. And now, we will switch back to Thaumaturge once I get the right button. And we will do that main story quest since we're right here. Silent Conjurer. You are the Uldan envoy? Begging your pardons, madame, but might I inspect the missive you bear? A letter addressed to Gridanian elders Hitsir Kane Sena. Verily, this is the seal of Supreme Commander of the Immortal Flames. Please come with me.
So you are the Uldan envoy. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Kane Sena, Elder Seedseer of Gridania, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company. I understand you bear a message from the Flame General.
Remembrance service for the fallen of Cartano. Pray tell me, adventurer, what do you know of our conflict with the Empire? It would seem my counterparts recounted the tale in some detail. That is well. A message from the Admiral? A wolf has been sniffing around her stables, you say? I see. Well, I shall be pleased to provide her with such counsel as I am able. But first, friend of my friend, I would tell you more of the Garlean threat. For the greater part of its history, Garlemald was not even among the most influential nations in Ilsbard, the northern continent. However, its innovations in the field of magitech some 50 years past helped to raise it from the depths of obscurity. Emboldened by this technology, it set about subjugating its neighbors, swiftly absorbing each into its ever-expanding territory, and when all of Ilsbard lay within its grasp, it turned its ravenous gaze upon Eorzea. Yet Garlemald's transformation did not come about by virtue of magitech alone. Its successes owed much to the consummate leadership of its first and reigning emperor, Solus Zos Galvis, the man who built an empire in his own lifetime. Yet he has lived long, and after more than 80 winters, it is said that he grows frail, and ever more prone to illness. If rumors are to be believed, the matter of succession has destabilized the imperial court. This would explain the empire's relative inactivity in recent years, which has granted us much-needed time to rebuild. Yet we cannot allow ourselves to become complacent, for Garlemald still maintains a presence in Eorzea in the form of the 14th Imperial Legion. Commanding this great host is Legatus Gaius van Belzar, a man whose ambitions are well known to us. So long as he breathes Eorzean air, none of us may sleep easy. The calamity wreaked such devastation upon the realm that it has been all we could do to nurse our wounds, never mind rebuild our defenses. Simply put, we have not the strength to repel the Empire. To add to our woes, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, whose very existence is a bane upon the land. Each nation is beset with its own primal problem. None has the resources to look beyond its own borders. The Admiral desires my counsel regarding a brazen wolf. She means to tell me that the Empire may soon resume its advance. Though the primals pose an undeniable threat to our survival, the threat posed by the Garleans is greater still. Clearly, each nation can no longer afford to think only of that which occurs within its own borders. A storm gathers upon the horizon. If we are to weather it, we must needs stand united once more. A remembrance service may help to rekindle the spirit of unity which brought the people of Eorzea together when last the Empire threatened our liberty. The Flame General was wise to make his proposal, and I wholeheartedly approve of it. The necessary provisions shall be made for a service here in Gridania. Your work here is done, my friend. I shall send my reply to the Flame General forthwith. I thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safely home. And with that, we get our wind-up airship minion. You may now use You may now make use of the airship routes connecting the three nations. Before you may board an airship, you must pay the requisite fare in Gil. And out of Ulda! And we conveniently just learned, or unlocked another roll action, which I will assign so I don't forget. Oh, you might have also noticed that I added a bar here for more skills, because I knew I was gonna start needing those soon, just so I don't, so I can start getting used to my, well, the layout, so I don't mess up with that skills and usage and stuff. So you can see I have some other, oh, hold up. So I'm right clicking and use, and that unlocks the wind up airship. Then also, because of having subscribed as long as I have, I had other minions that I actually already used earlier. I didn't actually show this on camera because there was no real need to, because you won't necessarily have these right off the bat, but these are some of the rewards that you can get for having subscribed for as long as certain periods. And again, those are found, I think, on the Mog Station site somewhere. So then there's this black chocobo chick, the beady eye, the wind-up airship, the wind-up cursor, which you might have seen someone else with in one of the other videos as it was trailing behind that player, and then the minion of light. And as you saw, they all have that green little icon in front of it, which is telling me that they're new, and it won't go away until you actually click on each of the ones. And here you can see a close-up of how they look, and then this one, it will summon one of the three of these. And to be honest, I don't entirely know what the behavior obedient or independent means. I think it means that they might wander around on their own, and otherwise they just stand still. So we're just gonna summon one of those. You can summon it, add to favorites, so then here the star, here's your favorites. We won't do that. And then also, in the actions and traits, there is somewhere in here a button for let's see if I can find it. General? Traits, actions, general. Oh, here we go. Okay, so right now there's a minion roulette, so it'll randomly summon one of your minions. And there we go, we have one of the minions of light. Eventually also you'll have some other roulettes, but they don't have those available because you don't actually have availability to those specific things. So, anyway. The Serpent Officer has information that may be of interest to you. I pray your meeting with the Elder Seedseer went well, my Lady Envoy. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but did you not also deliver a message to Admiral Mirlib Blofisvin of Limsa Lominsa? While you were there, did you happen to meet Baderon, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench? Gregarious gentleman, always happy to help his fellow man? While I am told that he has a task for a capable adventurer, I know not what the task entails, but I dare say the Flame General's personal envoy would make a fine candidate. If you are interested in learning more, pray speak with Baderon at his establishment. And before I forget, I shall attune to this Aethernet shard. And then I will go and collect all those things, and then I think that's it for this area. Other than, well, within the city-state itself, as I stumble over my words. And then, so I need to attune to that one first. and I will do that. Oops, I'm running the wrong direction. So as you can see, it's all fancy, starlighty, lots of stuff. Apparently that snowman is throwing snowballs. How amusing. Look at that. That's amusing. Anyway, so here you can see there's a whole host of people. This is actually where the event is. I won't go into that right now. I will actually do a video separately for this. But I will pick up this quest, I think. Yes. Estan, the caretaker of Miketo's amphitheater, needs an adventure to help her tidy up. Greetings, traveler. Come to see Miketo's famed amphitheater, have you? I am Estan, caretaker of this fine centerpiece of Gridania culture, and I fear I must needs trouble you for your assistance. You see, it is not only well-meaning women like yourself who are drawn to this place. The sylphs often visit in the dead of night, long after our citizens have gone to bed. We have no particular objection to their presence, and they seem grateful for the accommodation, so much so, in fact, that last night they left us a token of their appreciation, in the form of vegetables. A lot of vegetables. Their generosity is more than welcome, of course, but the sheer quantity of the things makes gathering them all something of a chore, and it's not as if I don't have enough to do already. In short, I'd be most grateful for any help you could give me. I'm kind of question as to why they wouldn't just, like, you know, put vegetables here or something basket, but then I suppose that would be also assumption that you're getting something, but... And as you see, pretty sure we've seen this guy in Thadalin. He's probably a new player too. We'll, that's where you get the starting and the quest for that, but we'll do that some other time. Well, you'll see it later. I'll probably end up doing it today, but maybe not. Probably not. I'll probably record that tomorrow, but you won't know the difference. It'll be up when it's up. I think that was the last one. It's hard to tell with all the people. Yes, that looks to be it. There. Okay. Well done, friend. Miketo herself could sing you praise. She knew well the power of art, how it would strengthen the soul of a nation and preserve its history for future generations. This amphitheater was her greatest gift to Gridania, and it was her wish that all folk use it freely, not only for performance and festivals, but a place to share memories and make new ones. I wonder if the sylphs come here to do just that. That said, I do wish they would find other ways to express their gratitude. We have no need of vegetables here, but mayhap the Carlin Canopy can make use of them. Anyway, thanks for the elementals for bringing you here today. And there's a quest here. Doomsen has need of an adventurer to deliver a message. You there, adventurer, could you deliver a message for me? My superior Millicent is stationed outside Atelier Fengyl. She is doubtless busy, but I'm past due to be relieved. Long past due, truth be told. However, I can't simply abandon my post. Speak to her for me, would you? But choose your words wisely. She has a bit of a temper. Arthur. What? I'm terribly busy right now, and I would thank you not to bother me. I'm a carpenter of the prestigious Oak Atrium, and I have repairs to... A sturdy box filled with a set of pristine carpentering tools. Where did I put my... Oh! I take it you're from the guild too, then? What's that? Idell sent you? With my tools? Yes. I was actually just about to go and... This is so embarrassing. My apologies. It's just... I've been so focused on the task at hand. You know, it's a miracle this amphitheater even survived the calamity. It was the Carpenters Guild that saved it, moving it piece by piece and rebuilding it. When I saw what they had done for Gridania, I knew what I wanted to be. But, yeesh, when they told me my first task was to come here... Anyway, thank you for bringing me my tools. You're new to the Oak Atrium too, right? Well, let's both work hard and for the good for the guild, eh? Oh, and may the elementals watch over you and keep you safe. And done that, so delivering a message to there, and yes, there is that, but that's for the Not So Silent Night quest for the event. Bashful boy. Scoop with both hands and look left, up, right, down, or is it up, down, left, right? I wish you would let me take notes. If for those you don't know, up, down, left, right is a kind of gamer's note thing. A wooden tool lovingly crafted by that guy, which we already read. Oh, but this is made of maple. It's unmistakable. Ha! Master Beaton would tell you the grain of it almost flows like syrup. Someday I'll be a timber master like him. He wants me to go back to Mistress Yedith's class, doesn't he? He always tells us that if you can true a piece of wood, there's no excuse for not truing yourself. All right, I'm going. And over here. Millicent. What's this all about? Duma-san says he needs his break. The nerve of that sniveling little shite, crying for relief at a time like this. Has he already forgotten how short-handed we are since this... I think she's kind of buggy. She's like stuck walking. How short-handed we are since the business with the XIV the other day. And sending a bloody unknown adventurer to do his bleating, no less. The self-served servant sod thinks only of his own woes, rubbing his sore soles while welcoming all manner of kill-grabbing venturers into her holy wood. Useless bloody fool. I like how she's not moving anymore. That was just really weird. Makes me blood boil, it does. But it's not you. I should be given a piece of me mind to you. You seem a decent enough sort, considering. Still, I understand that it's our duty to keep an eye on every stranger that passes through these parts. Any road, I appreciate you lending an ear to my subordinate. Darn fool that he is. Go on, then, and stay out of trouble. Okay. And we will go in here. Random. Greetings and welcome to the Leather Workers Guild. Here we produce the finest leather goods, taking care to honor the lives which were sacrificed for their creation. Our leather armor is worn by the archers and lancers of this great nation and favored by all who prefer that their protection does not come at a cost to mobility. If you wish to place an order, I bid you visit Faneuil Fineries. If, on the other hand, you have mind to join our guild, I should be happy to assist you. Might you be interested in becoming a leather worker? Yippers. Nothing would make me happier than to welcome a new initiate into our ranks. However, it is essential that you first understand the burden that every leather worker must bear. As you cannot have failed to notice, the Twelve's wood is blessed with an abundance of life, and we Gridanians have long hunted the forest's creatures for both nourishment and clothing. But Gridania is unlike any other place. The elements that watch over the Twelve's wood have never looked kindly on the taking of life, and those who flout their governance do so at their own peril. The elementals decreed that life not be taken without due necessity, and so the Trappers' League was formed to regulate the hunting of animals. The Leather Workers' Guild was subsequently founded to manage the fair and equitable distribution of pelts. Nowadays, the adventurers are a major supplier of pelts, and leather goods have become widespread, but in times past they were rare and precious. The Leather Workers' Guild has not forgotten those times. We treat leather with no less respect than the living creatures whence it comes, and craft goods of the highest quality. In so doing, we honor the lives lost and minimize the need for further killing, an oft-forgotten benefit of our products, surpassing durability. Our guild is also the sole produce of the famous Fan Yield brand of leather goods, the pride of Gridania. Though these products represent the ultimate expression of our core tenets and the transcendent technique which shaped them. Know, though, that being a guild member does not automatically make you a Fan Yield artisan. You must earn the right to become one. For most of the leather workers here, having the fruit of their labors bear the Fan Yield brand is yet a distant dream. That is the life which awaits you should you choose to walk our path. Success will not be handed to you, but I guarantee you that you will have the opportunity to seize it. So if you wish to make a name for yourself and craft goods which are the envy of all, you have come to the right place. Speak to me once more if you wish to learn more about the enrollment process. Welcome to the Leather Workers Guild, where the most magnificent leather goods in all the realm take shape. Why didn't it work? Have you decided to join the Leather Workers Guild? Yes. Very well, I invite you to speak with Guildmaster Geva. She is a brilliant artisan, personally responsible for the creation of countless Fan Yield products. You have doubtless heard her name before. The Guildmaster's patterns are uniformly elegant, and with them even novice craftsmen can cut their materials with minimal waste. It is for her to decide if you are fit to join us. She can be found in the work area within. Present yourself to her and do not waver in your determination. So you wish to become a leather worker. If you've spoken with Randall, then you've been told what it means to work with leather, the weight you must carry and the responsibility you must bear. Not just to the elements, mind you, but also to the guild. Our craftsmanship is unrivaled, and each member is expected to live up to the reputation. Once you join, there is no turning back. If you dishonor us, I shall flay you myself and make it a chocobo saddle from your hide. Will you swear to uphold our traditions and be the best leather worker you can be? Well, with that kind of description, I'm kind of wary. Very well, and you may learn your craft within these walls. Though you seem ill-equipped to do even that. I will give you a head knife to help you on your way, but the rest is up to you. Do not presume that your association with us means your work will bear the Fan Yield name. Until you prove yourself worthy, you will not be permitted to do so much as touch a Fan Yield product, much less craft one. Now then, if we're to continue with your initiation, you will need to put that knife in your hand first. Talk to me when you're ready to begin. And this. Equip, hide, set, plus, drag and drop, close, talk. To gauge your potential, Guildmaster Geva wants you to prepare a circle of leather. Well, you've passed the first test, gripping your knife by the handle and not the pointy end. Now it's time to see how well you can wield it. Make me a circle of leather. You'll need animal skin to do so. Newcomers to our craft often imagine that they need to hunt in order to obtain their materials, but if you have the sense of the gods gave a chocobo's arse, you'd realize that's hardly the case. Osgwith over there by our receptionist also sells most of the items commonly used in our craft. However, she cannot supply you with earth shards. And that's it for my advice. The rest is up to you. Once you've made the circle of leather, bring it back to me for I clicked too fast. The rest is up to you. Once you've made the circle of leather, bring it here to be inspected. I can't say I have great expectations for your work. Just see to it that you do not waste good skins. Now, away with you. And I actually know that I have these things in my inventory, so I can actually craft this right away, and you see I have a lot right there. And synthesize. And conveniently, we leveled up. Isn't the leather ready yet? I just finished it right in front of you. When you finish, bring it to me to inspect. A large piece of cured animal skin. Leather. Ah, is indeed leather, after a fashion. Your work is amateurish in the extreme, the leather is unevenly tanned, and practically unusable. But you show promise. Well, about as much promise as the leather you haphazardly crafted. I didn't think it was that bad. Still, it is apparent that you paid due respect to the life from which it came. Had you performed any worse, I'd have cast you out without a second thought. But you didn't, so I won't. Approach each task in earnest as you did today, and I'll continue to advise you. However, you alone are responsible for your development. This is a business we're running, and neither I nor your seniors have time to hold your hand. Apply yourself to learning our techniques, and return here when you have acquired some skills. Perhaps then I will have an errand for you to run. AKA, level up to level 5, not 15, that's way too high. And just out of curiosity, can you equip anything? Nope, nope. Okay, and now back to Thaumaturge. Oops, I have that habit of going to the wrong door. So that's it for there. We need to turn in the quest over there, and then we need to head out to actually start killing things. And I believe it's this way. And for the record, I realize I haven't actually done much as Thaumaturge, so oops. I will probably play it as in my next video as well. Well, I don't know what sorcery you worked, but the younglings are back, and I do believe we've reached an accommodation. 'Twould seem I was stricter than I imagined, and loosening up a bit has made a great difference. This dance is for the Feast of the Harvest, to give thanks to Nafka and the elementals. There must be no aggression in this dance, lest the matron be angered. It's very, very important. I do realize I haven't made the best first impression. Having you fetch my students for me. To make it up to you, will you let me show you the dance? Think of it as kind of a peace offering. Why, you are born dancer, dear lady. And so say we, and so say we. Comes a sailor from the sea to show the laddies how it's done, and so say we, and so say we. Of course, this he's singing it, hence the notes, but I'm not, because I don't know the tune, and it's too hard for me to figure out tunes. Swings his axe and says, remember, shiver, shiver me timbers, and so say we, and so say we. Oh, heck no, Master Baton, what have you done? You've brought a weapon to a sacred dance. The matron, forgive us, we are surely doomed. Run away, run away. Master Beaton, you scared her off. We were having fun. Timber Master Beaton, wasn't that the sailor song? How do you know it? Aye. Never mind how I know it. More to the point, what could have troubled Mistress Edith so? You did. She said you're supposed to be peaceful or the elementals will be upset, and you know how uptight she gets. The course of relationships never does run smooth, child. You will discover this in time. Again, mine snicker giggle. And with that, we have learned the Harvest Dance. Yay! Okay, and now we get to go kill stuff. And I believe it's on Central Shell, and you see there's the two exits here. I clicked over there first, but should actually go over this way. And yes, Central Shout, so we will go over that way. And what's at the top of the list? We'll go with Conjurer first, since that's on the top of the list. Once I can find it on the list here, Conjurer. Eventually I'm going to sort these with tanks in the first, DPSs elsewhere, healers elsewhere. Or I might just make it in order of, well, not in order of that, but Disciple of Hand and the Disciple of Land I will order that way. And with the Disciple of War and Disciple of Magic I might order it like this, just to make it easier for choosing. Okay, so we get to stone them to death. That seems like a bitter irony. And that's one. That's another. Oh, that's a squirrel. Have fruit flies flying around in my room. Very annoying. Especially since they always seem to like to fly around my face. And we leveled up. And we now know Cure. So we can heal. And one more ground squirrel, I believe, for this. And more ladybug. I still need more for the other quests, but since I started the other classes, I will be able to get to that in a moment. So let's see here, what do we have? I believe Archer needs to kill some of these, perhaps. Crown squirrel. And we've learned another skill. And we need 2 more of these, I believe. Also for the hunt log. I think we've received a free company invite from that person 3 times now. Okay. And I believe Lancer needs these scrolls. And I believe we also need the ladybugs. And I think that's it for... Let's see, let's try to organize that again. So I want that one on the list, that one on the list, and that one on the list. I will get to those ones in the next video, so I'll just hide those for now. Just because we're almost over 2 hours here. Yes, so Okay. What do we need? Fungari, Fungars. And those are over this way, hence the mini-map. So we'll go with Lancer first. Since it's the one we're equipped to right now. I like how they shrink in size when you get close. Or in part of their animation or something like that. That's that. And for Archer. What's this? Confusion. Oh, I hadn't actually switched, that's why. Helps if I pay attention to that there. And... should be it for the Archer for that, but I see I need one more Ladybug for the hunt log, so I might as well get that right now. And then... Conjurer, once again. Did Lancer need something? Nope. Conjurer it is. Okay. Normally you'd want a bigger space before you start attacking, but I don't care because they're going to die fast enough anyway. And one more. And then I will turn in these quests. That should be it for this video. There, it's done. Okay, now back into Gridania. I will change to Archer because that should be the first one that's turned in, because it's right there. And I will... oh, I need one more squirrel. Thought there was something that somebody needed. There we go. And maybe we'll go back in, turn these in. I do like to run around without the UI on every now and again. It kind of just enhances the beauty of the various city-states, particularly Gridania, because of all the green and such in it. All the plants and the flowers, and the snowman, the presents, and the lights. And as you can see, our minions following along there. Each video I think I will use the random spawn so that we get a different minion each time. And there is the Archers Guild. And we will talk to the Guildmaster. Welcome back, Celebrian. It would seem you have successfully completed the trial. You have proven yourself worthy of a place within these halls. It is with pleasure that I name you an Archer of the Guild. As fellows of the Path, let us together strive for greater mastery of our art. Now, though you may be a member of the Archers Guild, know that your seniors will not coddle you with personal attention. It is up to you to seek out the experiences you need to grow as an archer. By way of a first step, I encourage you to practice proper technique, loose arrow after arrow, paying close attention to form, until the movement becomes a second nature. When drawing your bowstrings has become as natural to you as drawing breath, and the world seems clearer when viewed down the shaft of an arrow, return to me. Go well, my young apprentice. And then next class quest will be at level 5, and next we'll turn to Lancer. Okay, so I have that Ethernet chart. I'm pretty sure I've missed one. I don't feel like I remember getting them all. Oops. I guess it won't show me there. I have to go to the Ethernet again. Check. Archer's Guild. I guess I could have right-clicked and just teleported, but... And maybe I forgot to get that one. I'll take a little detour and see if I forgot that one, but I'm pretty sure I did. Detour. Oh, that's why I keep trying to run, but I can't. Ah, yes, this is the one I missed. There, so now there we go. Yeah. I didn't think I had gotten all those yet. So there we go. So now back this way. And I will turn in this quest. And again, I could have teleported, but oh, I guess I have 2 quests there. I guess it was a good thing I went this way. Can unhide those now. Should be able to do that one and this one. The scrolls are dealt with then? Very good. I am pleased to see you have proven yourself useful. What's that? You wonder what happens to adventurers who fail to complete such trifling tasks? Why, such sluggards soon find there is no place for them within the city. And where do they end up after leaving Gridania? Well, you shall hear the truth of that before long. Probably end up in the gutter. Or well, not anything pleasant anyway. So you are back. I trust you have learned something of the essence of our art. A lancer learns best when he is doing each thrust makes him stronger. Such things as strategy and technique will come in time, and never forget courage. Without it, you cannot hope to realize your potential. Your look betrays no hint of doubt. That is well. It is clear you see the truth in my words. That will be all for the present now. Now take up your weapon, sally forth, and cut a path for yourself. When next we meet, I hope to see you stronger for your time out in the world. And this time we will teleport, because it is literally all the way across. And we will go to the Conjurer's Guild. Conjurer's Guild. The load times are a bit slower right now, but I might edit that down so you won't know, but it's because there's a lot more traffic in this area right now. So once I turn in these 2 quests, that will be it. I think I will try to clear up the quest log to finish that. I will probably go through all of the housing areas in the next video. Ah, you're back. Have you procured the scarlet oil as I requested? Yep. A viscous yet odorless secretions taken from the underbelly of a common ladybug. That's kind of creepy. Yes, everything appears to be in order. The ceremony may proceed as planned. I am grateful to the elementals for delivering you to us. Pray accept the small token of our appreciation. Yeah, just don't thank us personally. We'll just say thank you to the elementals and nothing else. Welcome back, Celebrian. The elementals have told me of your success. By placing yourself in the midst of nature and seeing it with the conjurer's eyes, you have taken your first step along the path to enlightenment. Healing, protection, and destruction, though our spells vary in function, they all derive their power from the same source, the forces embodied in all creation. By gaining a true understanding of these, a conjurer may call upon them to manipulate his environment, thereby realizing the state of being that he desires. Ah, yes, yours is a familiar look, the very picture of confusion. Be not disheartened, for the comprehension shall come in due time. For now you must learn to reach out to the forces embodied in each of us. Pray hearken to mine instructions. Breathe deep and open your eyes to that which you cannot see. Feel the myriad life around you and draw upon this boundless reservoir of energy. Take up your cane and use it to lend the energy form. Go forth, my young conjurer, and be at one with the world. Return to me when you have learned to draw upon the forces around you with the self-same ease you draw upon those within. And just because I realized how pretty the background is, we'll stand over here and actually zoom in and boom. And with that, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.